actually known Cheryl now for almost 30 years, believe it or not. Originally, I was a student here at Tyler Junior College in the early 1980s, and I participated in the performing arts programs here at TJC. Was fortunate to work with some of the legends of performing arts at Tyler Junior College, including Dr. Gene Brown, J.W. Johnson, and of course, Cheryl Rogers. Cheryl had a tireless dedication to the arts here at TJC. You know, in anything we did, Cheryl was often the first to arrive and the last to leave. I remember specifically when we did the musical Guys and Dolls. And it was one of the first shows here at TJC where the theater and the music department worked collaboratively together on the musical. Mm-hmm. And Cheryl was there in the wee hours of the night with us, walking beside us, you know, pushing us, helping us to be the best we could be in that production. And she used that kind of dedication in everything she did in the arts here at TJC when I was a student.
Many people would say freely, it's not Christmas Eve here at Marvin Church unless Cheryl sings "Oh Holy Night." And I believe every year I've been here for our large service, she has sung "Oh Holy Night." When she said, well, maybe it's time to not sing "Oh Holy Night," I said, Cheryl, I'm not ready for that backlash from the community. So she has a following. She has a following as an artist, as a singer. And she also, I think, has a following in the community through her education. And so I'm just so proud to have known her and to have worked with her week in and week out, making music. I was thinking this morning how many major works I have done with Cheryl Rogers as my soprano soloist. And she's just an incredible musician and artist. And even more importantly, I just think she is such a great educator.
Cheryl played a big part in the music department at TJC, and I think primarily because she grew up in Tyler. She had a passion for Tyler and the community and a passion for TJC because she went to school here. And she was part of the music program and department in the beginning as a student. She's just played a big part of people's lives. I know that one main thing is I always think of her as being very fair. She was always very diplomatic when it came to making decisions and hoping and trying her best to make sure everybody was happy, the best to her ability.
Well, I've known Cheryl for over 25 years, I would say. I've admired her significantly because of her quiet expertise in dealing with so many different areas, being a husband, a mother, a grandmother, an educator, a performer, a musician, that has meant so much to this community.
Well, I didn't mention, we have traveled together on a couple, at least 3 different trips outside of the country. As friends and / colleagues. So there are some stories I probably won't tell. But we had a great time in Vienna. I didn't ever really know how she finagled this. And maybe someday I'll really know. But she was able to arrange a way for the TJC choir to perform with the Vienna Boys Choir.
And she actually got to conduct our choir performing with the Vienna Boys Choir. And to watch Cheryl lift her arms, her hands shaking just a bit, and look at all of those students across that group and give them that usual smile of confidence and then to experience that with them was truly an amazing thing. I mean, the people that attended that concert, the people that traveled with us were moved. And that was a wonderful thing to see Cheryl experience, but more importantly, to watch our students experience. Here are students who, some had to buy suitcases, some had never been out of East Texas, some that are learning about rich culture and history and seeing it firsthand and having not experienced that before. And Cheryl was such an important advocate of those kinds of opportunities and really pushing to make those happen?
About 10 years ago, when Dr. Rogers was the president-elect of Young Audiences, she called me and said, would you give some time to serve on the board? And I'm getting ready to do some things and grow Young Audiences in the year coming up when she was going to be the president, and I readily agreed to come on the board and assist her. And it's been a good 10 years working on the board. It's a wonderful organization and a lot of great people in Young Audiences. And over the last 10 years, there's no telling how many thousands of school children have benefited from the YA programs that are put on.
It introduces children to arts in a different way. And so many children nowadays don't experience live arts. They see everything they see is on television. So that's exciting to introduce them to arts, but then to watch their excitement when they participate. You can watch a child's face light up when they put a puppet on and they're moving at the right time, and then when they have finished doing that, they always have a chance to take a bow. And you know, that is the first time that some children are clapped for, applauded, and there is something about that.
Well, I definitely weave in the idea of tap as music. I try to make that connection early, that tap dancers are making music with their feet so it connects to music. Yeah. And then the history of music kind of goes right along with tap dancing, from jazz to how it's impacted by rock. And often I would test them by having them kind of fill in a sentence and check in to see where they were. And they're like, yeah, New York City, tap, you know, and they would just stay with it.
Young Audience is a great organization to work with. They bring us every year, and it's always been a pleasure. The show we did today was No Bones About It, and it's strictly for elementary. We tell you how the body works, and we have a lot of fun doing it. From the hinge joint to the ball and socket, to learn how to count, how the brain works, how the body works, stretch and warm up, physical activity. I mean, we just combine everything in 45 minutes. Well, we grew up in rough neighborhoods back in Houston, so we know what it's like to not be able to do certain things in life. And if we're able to make it out of those type of situations, you know, we let the kids know you can do the same thing as well.
I learned better moves and how to protect yourself when you're trying to dance and the bones in your body.
You know, the arts are more than just honing a craft and getting the opportunity to perform. I mean, they truly teach you life skills, and they're an important part of the education curriculum and an important part of the whole student, that I like to call it.
Music adds a civility to our community and to our world that nothing else can, and that's been proven for centuries, what it adds to a community or to a person.